It was an invasion. I can't fathom to remember if it was before the accident or after the accident. Having somewhat of a flashback of things. I know things are repeatedly happening again and again. The thing about this invasion that occurred and occurs, it occurs whenever I'm winning and the opposition all around me. They come and they claim territory, businesses, land marketing. And with me being alone multiple times in multiple places in multiple times zones and regions and environments, neighborhoods, communities, worlds, plantations, planets, I know that I'm not dealing with humans. The livelihoods of what looks to be human are slimmer than none. 1998, I lost 98% of humans. How I personally know it was an invasion because they called before ahead of time because they were sick. And if they not stabilized, which they aren't, the world become jeopardized, which is in jeopardization now. All I can remember, I got a lot of people besides them watching me, and I didn't have no devices. I got special ways to get in contact with me, so people got in contact with me. And at the time, with the invasion, let me get deep with you, it brought a lot of people within reality that not even supposed to be called what they call, as far as presidents, generals, secret society peoples. These people was already subject to punishment, and through me getting hurt, and through the technology, and through them overriding the systems, and with other people backstabbing, betraying, and dishonoring self, they end up getting the advantage to override the system and to invade. The reason being, different people's species of time, or different species of time was coming to an end, and that gave them the opportunity to invade the system and corrupt the system. And by doing it, it's like imprisonment, confined places and things of that nature, portals, warp holes, and things of that nature, dimensions, realms, and all that get open. And what happened was, what I remember, I'm already the sworn in commander-in-chief, you know what I'm saying, when the people invaded, people like Barack Obama, his administration, and everybody after him, even before him, was the invaders. And they took over globally, internationally, and that's how all the demonic, detrimental things between self and them has transpired. With the technology, you can go back and forth in life and live things over. So when they invaded, they basically washed the systems to a percentage of clear. But you would think that all this was not known about before it happened. And I leave certain details within everything I say and do to get them to try to remember that repeated things happen, because for one, they even called and allowed me to know that I'm around people that called and allowed me to know that they was coming, what they was doing, and what they caused. And it wasn't that it was allowed to happen. It was a setup in the beginning, in the beginning anyway. And when he called, I told him like, man, don't even do it. Don't even waste your time, because how many times have y'all been trying to do the same thing, and then boom, it might go your way for a minute, and then other things transpire and take place to where the victors become the spoiler, because they end up losing because they don't have faith. And then the faith they got with them and they tactics of how they want to do and operate things. So when the invasion came through, not only that, they sent I'm tied in with so much. They sent it was a time where they even knew, and that didn't do nothing. And it was a time where they couldn't have all been put to rest, but yet and still I stepped up, and instead of allowing the ball of fire to hit everybody that did what they did, I gave them an opportunity to show them my powers. Every day and everywhere I go, I'm subject to attacks by the same people I hang around, or the same people that I put trust or thought I could love, thought was loved ones, or was trustworthy. A lot of these people that I talk about that invaded were under my authorization of consent to be things and to do things, and was sworn in and was invited, into societies and things of that nature, etc. And a lot of them get funded through self. So when I peep the corruption and I see and I talk about things that's going on in the past, present, and even in the near future or in the future, I know I'm the first one to know things, and I play my roles, and I'm always subject to attacks, right? To get that understood is that they force self to say and do things, and I do the same thing, force and get them to do the say and do things, because my punishments don't never go. It never go overlooked, and I play a mind game even with self. But yeah, it was an invasion, and a lot of people don't even understand the technology and the power that I get, and they do understand and know about the powers that I got, because everybody uses them on a daily basis. And the people that I'm fighting against and been in the war and the battle against was taught by self personally, a lot of them. And it's a whole worldly. I'd have been up, I'd have been down, and I never do well when I'm forced. And everything about these people around me has always been a forced tactic to try to make somebody submissive to their laws of nature, which is immoral. And with this enterprise, this sex traffic enterprise species criminalized situation going on that I know about, it's not human, because they're non-human. They got a percentage of human in them, so you can't call them human. And the reason why they gotta be stabilized is because they non-human. Humans have morals, they don't. And I'm not talking about them. I'm studying them off my own creations, and I get tired of going back and forth with them. It's a losing battle. You know what I'm saying? You grow to love something, and you create something, then you gotta destroy what you created and destroy what you love. That's the most hurtful feeling. And trying to get them sedated and trying to get them mentally impaired and spiritually impaired, the hardest thing, because it's too much versatility, split lines between the greater good and the pure evil. And I'm not talking about them, but they are on the opposite side of the greater good and the religious. And you would talk to them and they'll tell you. It's not no, if I tell you I'm God, or if I tell you I'm that, and if they even mentioned that and said that, and they going against me, so they are on the opposite side. A lot of things I claim, they have claimed within attacks or even before they attacked me. Some of them came to me and was telling me all these things because memory was lost in different battles and different wars to get people and species to come around me that did come around me. I'd have been, you know what I'm saying, things have been wiped out. And then when I win, sometimes I wipe out all my knowability to a certain percentage. I always leave enough in store to know who I am and what I am and what go on. And then we have these daydreams and conscious mirror dreams and dreams period, or flashbacks, or just things that we come across thinking about and seeing and hearing things. I get activated off a lot. You know what I'm saying? Negligence is one key. And I get tired of getting disrespected. You know, I'm a respectable, suitable person. You know what I'm saying? And all that holy shit and all the other shit was taken from me because I'm around the demonic. I'm around pure evil people. And I was stripped. You know what I'm saying? And they keep on lying to themselves. You know, even when they don't talking to me, and they can't tell me nothing because I already know the truth, and I signed documents. And what I didn't sign, people forced me to let them claim ownership of, so they can have something, because they didn't have nothing. And it's a whole world of people that I could sit down here and give up names, places of businesses, houses, address, on the island, off the island, here, there, for a long ways. Thousands and thousands and thousands of miles. Thousands and thousands and thousands of hours of calculations of miles and shit. So I don't be want to argue. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all wasting y'all breath.